Have you ever held a penny in your hand and dismissed it as nothing more than a single cent? Well, what if I told you that one of those tiny copper coins, a no-mint-marked 1991 Lincoln penny, is now valued at a jaw-dropping $88.6 million? Yes, 80.8.6 million. And here's the part that should send a chill down your spine asterisk asterisk, it looks almost identical to the pennies sitting right now in your kitchen drawer. Asterisk asterisk before you slide that penny jar closer. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal why this everyday coin has turned ordinary people into millionaires, and how you might be holding a fortune without even knowing it. And don't worry, I'll keep this simple, powerful, and packed with the information that serious collectors and wealthy coin dealers don't usually tell the public. But first, a quick pattern interrupt. Why does the government print money and then let some of it be worth more than a mansion? If that doesn't make sense, good. That means your attention is wide open for what comes next. Let's begin. The year is gas was cheap. Phones had wires, and in Philadelphia, a small batch of Lincoln pennies was produced, but with a little flaw, a tiny glitch, a detail so subtle that even professional graders missed it at first. These pennies carried no mint mark at all. Now, normally, that wouldn't be unusual. Philadelphia pennies traditionally have no mint mark, but this batch contained a microscopic metal composition anomaly that changed everything. That flaw transformed a 1-cent coin into one of the most valuable modern pennies in U.S. history asterisk asterisk. And here's the cliffhanger. That flaw is not visible to the naked eye. More on that in a moment. So why did this 1991 penny explode in value? The story shifts here. From a quiet minting accidental as collectors discovered the anomaly, bidding wars ignited across the country. And every time the coin resurfaced, its price skyrocketed higher than before. But here's the emotional trigger. Asterisk asterisk fear. Asterisk asterisk because the truth is, millions of Americans threw these coins away, spent them without paying attention, or vacuumed them up off the floor without a second thought. Imagine tossing away $88 million because it looked like a regular penny. Now flip that emotion. Asterisk asterisk excitement. Asterisk asterisk because right now, there's a chance you're holding one dot and the market is hotter than ever. Buyers with deep pockets, investors, private collectors, silent millionaires are hunting aggressively before prices climb even higher. And the number they're whispering behind closed doors? Asterisk asterisk. Next sale could cross $100 million. But before we get to that, another pattern interrupt asterisk humorous question asterisk asterisk. What's the only thing better than finding $88 million in your pocket? Finding $88 million in your pocket and not telling your ex about it. Alright, back into the story. Hashtag ACT2. What makes your 1991 penny valuable? Asterisk asterisk here is where things get intense and urgent. Collectors look for 3 critical features. Hashtag 1. No mint mark, obverse under the date. Asterisk asterisk the coin should show 1991 with no letter underneath. No D. No S. Just 1991. Hashtag 2. Sharp strike, clean surfaces asterisk asterisk higher grade coins, especially in MS66 and above, reach the 7-figure. The rare metal composition variant asterisk asterisk this is the secret sauce. A tiny batch was struck using transitional metal mixture, slightly off from the standard zinc-coated planchet. This is what drove auction values into the tens of millions. Experts use special equipment to confirm this. But don't worry, dealers will test the coin for free because they know what's at stake, and that brings us to the next cliffhanger. What happens when someone discovers one? The answer might shock you. Picture this, a man in Arizona once picked up a handful of change from his car cup holder. Among them, a 1991 penny and mint mark. Looked ordinary, almost tossed it, but something told him to check. He took it to a dealer. It went to auction, and when the gavel slammed, he walked away with enough money to pay off his house, retire early, and buy property he once dreamed of owning. Stories like this are spreading fast, and each time another discovery is made, the price jumps again, which is why the current verified market value sits at an incredible $88.60 million. But here's the urgency. The market is shifting, investors are circling, and the next major sale could set a new record, possibly crossing the $100 million mark, meaning this is your moment. Before the video ends, and before you go running to your penny jar, listen closely, because timing matters more than every 1991 penny you have. Look for the NumisNerd version. Contact a reputable. Imagine telling your spouse, "Honey, I accidentally paid for gum with our mansion." But before you panic, let's step into the story that almost no one knows and could change your life. The journey and the hidden value. 1982 was a year of transformation for the U.S. Mint. A shift from heavier copper cents to lighter zinc coins. A year of chaos, mistakes, mixed metals, experimental strikes, and in the middle of all this, a rare error slipped through unnoticed. The 1982 NumisNerd Lincoln penny struck on the wrong planchet with microscopic details and metal composition mistakes that make it one of the rarest U.S. Lincoln cents ever discovered. Some people call it the accidental millionaire. Others call it the ghost coin. Because so few exist, and because nobody knows exactly how many are still hiding in circulation. Fear trigger. And here's what keeps collectors up at night. Coins like this don't stay hidden forever. Every year, more of them are found, authenticated, and locked away in private collections, never to see the light of day again. If you don't check your pennies now, you might miss the chance forever. For decades, collectors dismissed 1982 pennies as common. But then one surfaced at auction, graded at the highest strike state, showing an ultra-rare transitional blend, and an error so perfect it made professional graders gasp. The bidding started modestly, then exploded. But here's the part that shocks experts the most. The features that make this penny valuable are so small, so subtle, that you might have one sitting in front of you right now and not even realize it. So let's look at exactly what you need to check for if you find a 1982 penny with. Here's what matters. The $1 million penny often weighs between the two due to transitional metal errors. The 1982 should have A with no fading, not the later. Small date, softness, extra thickness in the Liberty, or the 2 in 1982. A clean, untouched space beneath the date. And if your eyes are hurting staring at pennies, don't worry, you're not alone. Coin collectors call this the squint of wealth. Every day, people around the U.S. are finding rare coins in boxes inherited from parents or grandparents, and every day, more of these rare coins leave circulation permanently. This is your chance to check, to search, to discover something that could change your entire financial future. Imagine buying the home you always wanted. Imagine turning a forgotten penny into a legacy. Because the truth is, the 1982 NumisNerd penny isn't the only coin worth this much. There are other coins hiding in circulation right now, even more shocking, even more valuable, and in my next video, I'm revealing the one penny experts believe could break the $100 million record. So check your pennies. Rewatch this video. Share it with someone who collects coins, or someone who desperately needs a miracle. Your millionaire penny could be closer than you think. Stop scrolling. You might be holding an unimaginable fortune without even knowing it, because one ordinary-looking 1975 Lincoln penny, yes, a simple 1-cent coin with no mint mark, has shocked collectors by reaching a staggering $87.2 million in today's market. Think about that. A coin worth 1 cent, now worth more than most luxury homes in America. And if you're thinking, come on, my pennies are only good for parking meters, well, this video may change your life faster than a billionaire forgets your name. Beat. So before you toss another penny into a jar, let me show you why this simple copper coin might be the key to a lifestyle most people only dream about. Why this 1975 penny is rising to legendary status, the mystery behind its missing mint mark, what makes collectors willing to pay tens of millions, and most importantly, how to check if you might have one. But stay with me until the end, because the last detail I'm about to share could be the difference between selling too early or becoming the next overnight millionaire. In fact, the rarest feature of this penny is something most people overlook completely. You'll hear what that is in just a moment. Hashtag ACT2, the rise of the $1 million penny. Hashtag the backstory. 1:30. In 1975, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Most were ordinary, everyday coins meant to pass through millions of hands. Asterisk soft dramatic transition sound. Asterisk. But a tiny handful slipped into circulation with no mint mark, an error so rare that professional collectors still argue about how it happened. Fear trigger asterisk. And here's where it gets interesting. Most people who had these pennies spent them. Just imagine accidentally handing over a future $87.2 million fortune to buy a stick of gum. Pause for impact. Hashtag the mystery of the no mint mark. 2:15. So why does the missing mint mark matter? Because every penny minted in Philadelphia before 1980 typically had no mint mark, but only some 1975 pennies have the exact die characteristics that match the ultra-rare $1 million specimen. It's kind of like people. Lots of us look similar, but only a few of us become Hollywood-level rare. If your 1975 penny has these die markers, you might be holding one of the wealthiest little metal discs on Earth. Right now, people across the U.S. are discovering rare pennies in old jars, sock drawers, inherited boxes, and even pocket change. And every day you delay checking, someone else claims the fortune you could have had. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing you missed out on a life-changing payday because you told yourself, I'll check later. Now picture this instead. You find the penny, you authenticate it, and suddenly you're sitting across from a collector offering tens of millions of dollars and more. Today, you're about to discover the story of the 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most mysterious and life-changing coins in American history. And before this video ends, I'll show you exactly how to identify the rarest version of this penny and the one microscopic detail that separates a common coin from an 8-figure treasure. But to understand how a simple penny can transform an ordinary American into a millionaire, we need to go back to where the story truly begins. Dollar penny coin born in uncertainty. The year was 1988. America was changing. Technology was rising, debt was rising, and behind closed doors, the U.S. Mint was experiencing pressure like never before. Production mistakes were creeping in. Small errors, overlooked details, rushed dies. The kind of imperfections that collectors dream about decades later. And one of those mistakes would create a penny so rare, so valuable, that even seasoned collectors doubted it exists. The 1988 no mint mark penny is not just rare. It's a numismatic anomaly. Most pennies from Philadelphia carry no mint mark. That's normal. But this one is different. That's the story of this penny. The surface looks standard. The color looks standard. But the die used to strike this coin wasn't standard at all, and that tiny difference is what transformed a 1-cent coin into an $88.1 million masterpiece. The discovery that shocked collectors happened quietly. A private collector submitted what he thought was just an unusual 1988 penny to grading experts. When the microscope hit the coin, silence fell. A detail so shocking that the mint had no official explanation for it, even decades later. This particular penny was struck using a transitional die, one intended for the 1989 Lincolns in the spacing, the shape of the letters, the curvature of the designer's initials, all pointed to a die that was never intended for 1988. Equals. It's like showing up to a 1980s party wearing shoes from 2025. Somebody's going to notice. And collectors did. The market did. And when this penny surfaced at auction, it sold for $88.10 million. Simple penny, enough to erase debt, buy a house, retire early, travel the world, or change your family's financial destiny forever. If you have any 1988 pennies at home, check them. Immediately, here's what you're looking for. Look at the FG initials on the reverse SIE. They should match the 1989 design, sharper edges, different spacing. Extremely crisp lettering and unusually sharp details. A clean, even strike that looks too perfect for 1988. But the real giveaway, the one detail that exposed the $88 million penny, is coming in just a moment. $1 million difference. Tilt the coin under a bright light. Look closely at the FG initials again. If the curvature matches the 1989 reverse, meaning the letters sit slightly farther from the memorial and appear thinner, and if your heart is racing right now, trust me, that's normal. Mine would be breakdancing. These coins are disappearing. Collectors are snatching up any unusual 1988 pennies. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to find one. Somewhere in America, a forgotten shoebox, a dusty dresser drawer, or an old coffee can may still be hiding a life-changing treasure. Narrator, inspirational, powerful. You don't need luck. You just need awareness. Check your coins. Search your old rolls. Revisit the pennies you ignored years ago. Because wealth doesn't always arrive in the form of a paycheck. Sometimes it shows up disguised as a simple Lincoln penny. Your financial breakthrough could be sitting inches away from you, quiet, unassuming, waiting to be discovered. And if you want more rare coin alerts, millionaire maker penny guides, and hidden treasure stories, subscribe before someone else finds the next $88 million penny right under your nose.